First of all, thank you for your patience. I know we're getting started a little bit later than normal, but as you know, all along, I've said and tried to be consistent that I'm going to respect this process. And as you saw today, this process will continue with today's ruling. This is a jointly agreed upon process from the NFLPA and the NFL. This was collectively bargained, and so I'm going to respect Judge Robinson and her opinion right now until more information becomes available to me. So I understand that there's many questions. I'll try to answer as many as I can, but I also want you to know that it remains a process that we're certainly respectful of. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Kevin, you guys have used the word comfortable.
Yeah, I would go back to what we said when we first acquired Deshaun. And that hasn't changed. I feel incredible empathy for anyone who's been impacted by this decision. It's something that I don't take lightly. I've spoken to women in our organization. I've spoken to women in the community, and that's something that I'll continue to do. And our fans, whether you're a man or a woman, our fans are really important to us. So I want to make sure that they understand that and that they're never going to be dismissed in any way.
Hey, Kevin, can I get one football?
Well, I haven't been able to read the entire ruling. Jake, I think all along we've been very consistent, like you mentioned, and that was from a lot of work on Deshaun the person throughout this entire process. So I'm going to remain what we've said all along about Deshaun the person. I would mention Deshaun has said it that he is working to be the best version of himself. He's committed to that. He's said that publicly. He's said that privately, and I believe that.
In the Haslam statement.
Again, I didn't read I was out on the practice field, so I haven't read the entire report, but I believe Deshaun has told you guys in a press conference, he's told me privately, he wants to be the best version of himself. I believe that wholeheartedly. He's working on that, and I'll let Deshaun at some point speak for himself.
Kevin, how will this
I'll let Deshaun address that, Ashley. I think that's fair to let him speak for himself. But I think just in my time with him and being around him, I've seen a person that both publicly and privately has said that he wants to be the best version of himself.
Kevin, I don't know if
the report any other day out here?
He didn't to me, Mary Kay. Obviously, I know with this decision that there's a lot of questions that everybody has, and I think in due time, Deshaun certainly will address those questions, but I think where we are in the process, that will happen. But to your question, no, I didn't notice any difference.
Kevin, what's your confidence level?
Yeah, I'm confident that Deshaun will make good decisions on and off the field. Obviously, the on-field decisions, he works very hard at that with the playbook and meetings and being on the practice field. And then off the field, Deshaun's no different than the other 90 guys right now and the 53 guys eventually, that we expect them to be great citizens in the community.
Did Deshaun address the expectations? What were you thinking?
Yeah.
No one really knew.
Yeah, and again, I think I would go back to telling you that this really is not my process. It's a jointly agreed upon process to have a highly respected individual to rule on this, and all I can do is respect the opinion of Judge Robinson. But in terms of surprise, again, I go back to I'm just going to be where my feet are.
I mean, it's been 4 months you've been getting asked these bargain for as an organization.
Honestly, Scott, I don't really think of it that way. I think, yes, to your point, that we understand that there are questions, and I want to be as transparent as I can with all of that. As the process now stretches into August, obviously I know that everyone here has shown some patience with that, but for me, I just got to make sure that I'm being as transparent as I can with you, with our fans, with our team, and that's all part of this.
Kevin, you said you have.
Feeling given the allegations?
Yeah, respectfully, as it relates to that, I don't have much to comment. I haven't been able to read all of that, but I'll make sure that we will make sure that everything that is agreed upon is followed.
Kevin, I don't know if relief is the right word.
Yeah, Jeff, we have our plan, and we'll stick to that again until more information becomes available.
Kevin, when you say you believe there's a number in mind while it could change?
Yeah, I think, Tom, all along, like we've talked about, I've tried to just be where my feet are and operate with the information that we have available to us. So, this process is not my process. So it's agreed upon by the PA and the NFL, and all I can do is respect it.
Kevin, how much of it all do you see the rest of the players on the field?
Yeah, I think, Tom, that's our job as players and coaches to focus on what we can control and do the things that are within our power, and ultimately to do our job. And I think the guys are doing a nice job of that. We understand the questions. We understand the questions that you guys have, but it can't stop us from doing our job right now.
Did you notice any change in conflict?
I'll be honest, I didn't really notice, Mary Kay. I believe you if you say so. Our fans have been outstanding supporters throughout this whole camp. I'm not surprised at the numbers that are out here. I'm not surprised by how enthusiastic they are. As you know, we didn't have any fans in 2020. Had about half the size of the fans in 21, so it's nice to see a full group out here. Nice to see a lot of kids out here as well.
Kevin, I know it's early, but haven't played in a year.
I think we'll see when we have a plan, certainly for practice. As we get closer to the preseason games, we'll make some decisions as it relates to that. But my understanding is that he can play in the preseason games.
Kevin, when you talk about the practice,
Yeah, I think so, Mary Kay. I think more than anything, I mean, he's our starter, and we need to get him ready to play games. Jacoby's our backup. We need to get him ready to play games. Obviously, week one with the suspension, we expect Jacoby to be in there. So there's a point in our practice plan where we'll shift gears, if you will. But for right now, we feel comfortable with the plan that we have.
Kevin, this is